Four news stories from Ethiopia and Eritrea. Firstly, Eritrean Orthodox Church has written a letter to Ethiopian Orthodox Church. What is this letter about? Secondly, we have been waiting for a rally which was due to be held in New Jersey. For the past few days, we have been hearing that Ethiopian and Eritreans were planning a large rally in front of the office of a US congressman in New Jersey against HR 6600 resolution, which is due to be tabled at US House of Representatives. The rally was taken out a few hours ago in New Jersey. But the turnout does not seem very impressive. I have some pictures for you. We have been hearing rumors that there are splits in Ethiopian diaspora. Some diaspora members are supporting Tigray activists there. Thirdly, viewers, UNOCHA an hour ago released a report about humanitarian situation in Amhara, Afar and Tigray. The report speaks about the ongoing fighting as well. We know that Tigray claims that there is no fighting along Mekelle, Abala, Samra corridor, and road is open. 8 trucks can move along the road to enter Mekelle. What is this report saying? The report seems to be saying that there is ongoing fighting in several places on Tigray-Afar, Tigray-Amhara border areas. Lastly, viewers, Ethiopian Human Rights Commission an hour ago released a report, investigative report, 108-page investigative report about human rights abuses committed in Amhara and Afar regions after Tigray forces entered the two regions in July last year. Hundreds have been killed. Who killed the civilians? Tigray forces are being blamed. OLA, Ethiopian National Defense Force, Amhara Regional Force, Fano. Why is that? All forces are being accused of civilian killings which happened in Amhara and Afar regions between August, July and December last year. Firstly, viewers, Eritrean Orthodox Church has written a letter to Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The letter is a sort of message of condolence. Eritrean Orthodox Church is expressing sorrow over the passing away of Abune Markorios, fourth Patriarch of Ethiopian Orthodox Church, who died last week. So it's a message of condolence from Eritrean Orthodox Church to Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The question, viewers, is that we know that in Eritrea, one of their patriarchs died a few days ago, Abune Antonius, a third patriarch of Eritrean Orthodox Church. He was reportedly under house arrest. He remained under house arrest for years. Some say for 16 years he remained under house arrest because he had some disagreements with Isaias Afwerki, Eritrean president. Have you seen any message of condolence, any statement from Eritrean Orthodox Church about the death of third patriarch of Eritrean Orthodox Church, Abune Antonius? I have not seen any message, any letter so far. Though I have seen messages from across the world, Eritrean diaspora members, some Orthodox Church bodies, international bodies, human rights bodies, they released statements and they expressed sorrow over the passing away of Abune Antonius. Have you seen a statement from Eritrean Orthodox Church about the death of Abune Antonius? I have not seen that so far. Secondly, viewers, we were waiting for a rally which was planned to be held on Thursday in New Jersey, US. Mobilization was underway. It has been underway for several days. The rally was taken out yesterday, a few hours ago, in front of the office of US Congressman Tom Malinowski. Tom Malinowski proposed HR 6600 bill, which was passed at US Foreign Relations Committee, which will now be tabled at US House of Representatives in coming days. The bill calls for very stringent sanctions on Ethiopian government on a party to Tigray conflict. But Ethiopian government could come under serious pressure if the bill is passed. Now, we were waiting for this rally's turnout. How many people would participate in the rally? Because we've been hearing that there are no splits in Ethiopian diaspora. Some diaspora members are supporting Tigrayan activists, and they're actually backing this HR 6600. They want it to be passed. They want to put pressure upon Ethiopian government. They say that PM Abiy's government is not loyal to Amhara region, Amhara people. So the rally was taken out a few hours ago. You can see the picture on screen. The pictures are from New Jersey. The show does not seem very impressive. From the pictures, what we can see is that it wasn't a huge rally. We have seen massive rallies from Ethiopian diaspora in the US when No More movement was in full swing a few months ago. Harmila Regawi, other main opponents of No More movement, they were seen and large rallies were seen in the US. Why is that in New Jersey just a few dozen, I would say, members of the diaspora participated in the rally? It means there are some splits. Ethiopian diaspora is splitting regarding backing or opposing this bill. That is why perhaps 2 days ago, Ethiopian ambassador to the US held a meeting with key diaspora members. He tried to convince them to oppose this HR 6600 bill. Do share me if you have other videos, pictures showing the strength, the turnout in this rally. What we have learned so far is that it wasn't a huge protest. It wasn't a huge rally. Just a symbolic protest, it seems. The protesters then handed over a letter to the office of Tom Malinowski, US Congressman in New Jersey as well. Thirdly, viewers, UNOCHA just an hour ago released a report about humanitarian situation in Tigray-Afar and Amhara. The report also covers ongoing hostilities, armed hostilities. Where is fighting happening this now when the report has been released? UNOCHA says that fighting is still going on. Armed hostilities underway in 5 waradas of Afar. Firstly, Abala. Secondly, Magale. Thirdly, Arabati. Fourthly, Kanaba. Fifthly, Dalol. No mention of fighting in or near Birhale, though there has been fighting there, we learned a few days ago. So UNOCHA is confirming that there are ongoing armed hostilities along Makele Samra road, which passes through Abala. Tigray government has been saying within the past few days that there is no fighting in along this road. That road is open, 8 trucks can enter. Ethiopian Afar governments are deliberately blocking aid delivery to Tigray. But UNOCHA says that armed hostilities are underway along this road. Secondly, UNOCHA says that there are incidents of fighting along North Wollo, in North Wollo Tigray border areas and in North Gondar Tigray border areas as well. North Gondar, Tigray border areas, we know about Eth-Eri and other places. And North Wollo, Tigray border areas mean that from Wog Himra side, near these Wog Himra, there is ongoing fighting between Tigray and Amhara forces. So the report confirms that the situation is not conducive to by aid delivery of aid to Tigray. Lastly, viewers, Ethiopian Human Rights Commission today released a report, an investigative report about human rights abuses committed in Afar and Amhara regions. The report covers the time frame between September and December last year, after Tigray forces entered Amhara-Afar regions. The report says that it's a 108-page report, a long report, and Ethiopian Rights Commission sent 29 members to investigate the human rights abuses committed in Afar and Amhara. These investigators conducted interviews, they held meetings, they visited around 50 places in Amhara Afar. Then they compiled this report. The report says that between September and December last year, 346 civilians were killed extrajudicially. Total number of civilian killings are around 403. 346 were killed extrajudicially. It means that summary executions happened. Who killed these 346 civilians in Amhara and Afar? The report blames all forces, mainly Tigray force. The report mainly blames Tigray Defense Force, that it is responsible for most civilian killings. Secondly, it blames Oromo Liberation Army, that OLA killed government officials in the areas where it was operating. And thirdly, the report accuses Fano militia members, Amhara regional forces as well, that they killed civilians who they thought were spies, who they thought were supporting Tigray Defense Force. We heard and we reported about that when we were covering fighting in Amhara region, that civilians were killed in Amhara region. They were being accused of backing Tigray Defense Force. So it has been confirmed through this report. So the main blame is being put on Tigray Defense Force and OLA, that most of these civilian killings happened at the hands of these two forces, and some were killed by Fano, ENDF and Amhara forces as well. Lastly, the report is calling for ceasefire. It wants action against those who are involved in these civilian killings. Will there be accountability of the perpetrators who are behind these civilian killings? We have seen a similar report from Ethiopian Rights Commission and Human Rights Commission about the civilian killings in Tigray. What happened after that? Nothing. Reports will keep on coming. The report will be rejected by Tigray government, by OLA as well. And both will just keep on issuing statements. There is need of independent, impartial investigation with some body to implement the recommendations of the investigation. Who will implement this report? Tigray Defense Force is in Tigray. OLA is in its strongholds of Oromia. Who will arrest these perpetrators? What about Fano? Can someone arrest Fano members? Already there are friction between Fano and Amhara government. So civilians are the victims of this war. They are losing their lives, and no one is going to hold anyone accountable for these civilian killings. That's very sad truth of this war. Thank you for watching.